I'm Logic Lupus, and I'm awesome as always. Damn straight. I'd like to begin this one with saying it's snowing outside, my computer is fucked up, I've officially lost my golden knife, and possibly found a new one, and I'm smiling for some reason. I have no idea why. But this isn't a vlog. I just wanted to share that with all of you. And remember, folks, the camera's over there. Hi guys. I keep forgetting. Well, you all know what time it is. It's time for a game review. And with this game review, I'm going to be doing Prototype, a game by Radical Entertainment. So let's just get started. The main character is Alex Mercer, a man who has been infected with a peculiar virus that gives him superhuman powers that allow him to take the shape of anyone he kills and eats. Not only that, he can take memories, experiences, abilities, and use them as his own. So in theory, I could become anything or anyone I want. The game takes place in New York City, as many sandbox games do. Actually, no, they don't, but they usually take place in large cities. The catch is that there's a virus on the loose that's making everyone into zombies, or worse. And we have to kill them all! Well, we do. Sort of. Anyway, there are two main groups of bad guys. Number one, the military! That's right, the damn US military. You all know who they are, and you shouldn't really need much explanation about that. However, they've created their own division of lovely lads to try and murder you as quickly as possible. They create their own division, a huge squad of tanks, anti-personnel carriers, helicopters with missiles, and lots of guns. All of them pointing at you. They also have somehow managed to make super soldiers in a matter of days, all because they really want to get you. I get the feeling, though, that they're really just there to protect this one guy, actually. And, you know, right. Fuck, I hate it when I lose my train of thought. And since Alex does go around talking about getting revenge on one man who's coincidentally in the military, I'd say that's pretty likely. The militaries have like their home base, which are the military bases, which are full of squishy people you can consume and take your abilities from. And you get points for cleaning out the base. The points can be spent on upgrades, and I'll get back to that. But first of all, the second enemy, the infected. Now the infected are, as the name might imply, infected humans by the same virus that Alex carries. You know, Alex Mercer, the main character. And that is the Black virus, which is a dumb name. Sounds really wonky. For the most part, you are dealing with zombies. However, there are also slightly larger zombies who are faster, stronger than a normal one, but you can still eat it in one gulp, you know? Then are the hunters. You meet those pretty early in the game. In fact, the game throws you into the action. The first time you play it, you start smack dab in the middle of the action, and then you flash back. Then, like, move on. I'll get back to the plot later. Hunters, yeah. They're like huge humanoid beings, all pink and fleshy and a real pain in the ass, actually. You do get used to them because they're very common. They also have leaders, which are a bigger pain in the ass. They're basically a much harder and much angrier version of the regular hunters. There's also a mission where you're actually supposed to escort one of them to some abandoned military base, if I remember correctly. And you have to, like, flick his forehead to, like, keep him occupied and make him focus on you. That's right, folks. You have to poke the bear, the large black bear who does enjoy eating humans. Yeah, I know, exciting. And just like the just like the military have their bases, the infected have their hives, though it's not like the same thing. Hives are basically giant pus-spewing bases you can destroy to actually, I'm not sure what it does beyond mission objectives. It doesn't seem to do any good. Moving on. As a result of Alex having the Black virus, he has a large scale of abilities. I found it to be an amazingly many ways to kill an enemy. But let's go from one by one. He has his parkour abilities. You know, the French movement sports, the people jumping off buildings and climbing in interesting ways. That you can basically just parkour or run and jump along the way through the Big Apple, leaping over cars, over fences, over fallen light posts, over couches, over fridges, like a horse in spring. Now, leaping like a gazelle isn't his only parkour abilities. He can run up walls as if his feet grow spikes at bottom, which is actually likely. He can glide through the air using blood as a propulsion device. Does that qualify as parkour? I'm looking at the script and no, doesn't. But we all know Alex is a mass murdering psycho, so let's just move on to how he can kill people, shall we? I know I'm not being professional, by the way. Sod off. He can grow large claws. We can use he can grow large claws from his hands, which are nice for filleting them. Some large lumps of something, which are basically worked by banging the ground and creating shockwaves and smashing people to soup. There's also whip mode, used for long range maiming, pulling choppers out of the sky. Buffed up mode, that really just makes you a mini Hulk, you know, makes you stronger and throws harder. And finally, there's the Cloud style. You know Cloud from Final Fantasy VII? He has a blade like on his arm, which he did just I don't know. I have no idea how he does that. So actually, he does kind of use it efficiently. So I'll just ignore that. Alex knows it better than I do, so forget that. Other abilities include a shield, all-covering armor, heat vision, find all the weird zombies vision, the ability to shapeshift into any person he eats. But wait, no, that's not completely true. You can't transform into a zombie or one of the hunters. But honestly, who wants to? Finally, it has the Devastator attacks, which are basically just the super attacks, the Omega attacks. I'd give them a better term, but I can't think of any. So we'll go with the supers, like the Street Fighter ones. I'm obliged to do a Hadouken. Never mind. The Devastator's attacks, and as the name implies, they're devastatingly murderlicious. You need to either have a small amount of lives, which will most likely happen after getting your ass handed to you, and which they then give you the opportunity to destroy them all, or you can just eat lots of people and have an overload of life, and then use that. It works fairly well, except you have to actually buy the you have to buy you have to buy the ability that you can have a small amount of life, then use the Devastator attacks. You don't start with that. As I said, the game is a sandbox game. It's pretty badass, really. I remember watching the 10 Reasons to Own This Game trailer, and honestly, the game had me by then. It looked so freaking awesome. I knew this was a game for me at that point. I had to have it. Because the amount of things you can do here is simply staggering. The freedom to just do whatever the hell you want is amazing. At some points, you really do get the feeling that you are invincible until you find yourself wedged between several tanks, helicopters, and a jolly large bunch of hunters. But yeah, it's very fun, but it also has its flaws. Believe me. Let's just do this slightly more professional and cut the video right here, and I'll move on to the next part. How about that? So, it's Monday, by the way. I'm just pointing that out now. And I had to get that on camera, didn't I?
Wow.
That sucked. This has been Logic Lupus. I'm not sponsored by Cola.